Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. This is going to be the first reading for the channel for this 2023. So yes, I wanted to do this reading for this new couple. It's not new, but actually the news came out yesterday. So yes, to celebrate it, we are going to be reading for them. I placed Ayu on the left and Lee Jong-suk, I placed him on the right. So yes, let's start with her. She got the Nine of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant. So I sense a bit of, you know, probably I read some articles that said that they had known each other for a lot of years and actually were friends for a lot of years, and somehow the with time the relationship evolved to a romantic one, which is very lovely. But I think that in the case of Ayu, probably she had been resistant for quite a while to let people know about this. She had been resistant to this for a while. Actually, she didn't want the media to know. And probably she's a bit upset about... I think that it's not about, you know, the revealing of the news. It's about the invasion of privacy, and I believe that this is not the first time that she had felt invaded. I think that this you know, these instances in her life when it comes to her privacy, she gets very sensitive over this, and for her it leaves a very bittersweet kind of sour taste, you know, in her. It doesn't sit well with her, this evasion. I think that she's a very private person, and she went through a lot, you know. And it's funny actually, because there's not much cards of sentiments here for her. I don't see much cards of feelings, but there's something about her feeling very angry about people always wanting to, like, step on her boundaries. You know, she's very, very protective of what is hers, you know, and she had been, like, protecting this for a while, protecting herself for a while. And I think that this probably, now that I'm reading this, I don't think that it has to do with the relationship itself. I think that it has to do with past traumas. You know, for her, fame hasn't been easy. You know, her lifestyle hasn't been easy. Like, it seems like she had always had to fight to protect herself and protect her territory and her people, and, you know, always on the defensive, but also very angry at the situation, you know. And actually it's like a bit like, you know, I feel it like a very, like, I don't know much about Ayu, but seeing her, definitely, like, her image evokes a lot of sweetness and a lot of emotionality, like a very, like, a very classic kind of person. But I think that when it comes to herself, the real woman behind all this, she gets really fierce and very on the defensive. And I would say that when she gets upset, you cannot stop her. You know, there's this sense of, like, actually, if she has to fight people, she would do it, because there's this very this anger inside of her, like, why do people don't respect my boundaries? Like, and this comes from past situations. This is not just because of this news with this current relationship she's in right now. And also I think that she will also feel a bit on the defensive about, not only the internet, but also probably people like talking about her, about this relationship, and trying to rush the question about when is he going to propose, or when the relationship is going to be more formal. We know that they are committed to each other, but somehow I don't know if people are going to be asking, when are you getting married, since you know each other for a while, and I think that that also is going to trigger her somehow. She feels like she definitely does have a sort of resistance to the idea of marriage. And probably, this is something that she has to talk with him, because I sense that probably this guy actually would love to marry her, but and probably they had talked about this like very like casually. The subject came out, and she's a bit like she's a bit like she has her own vision about marriage, and I don't know if she believes in marriage. It's like she wants to be free. She wants, like, this is why I definitely sense when I'm reading for her. I know this is a happy moment for her, but I think that I don't know much about her story, but it seems like she had struggled a lot in life, and especially when it comes to feelings. She is someone that through her music and her art and her creations, she's able to express how she feels. But she also, when it comes to relationships, she also has a strong personality and very strong ideas about what is the nature of the relationship. And I think that if you want to push her to something that she's not entirely sure, she's going to put you in your place. Like, I think that she definitely could have like a sort of fear of commitment, and I don't think it's commitment of being in a relationship. It's more like to officialize the relationship and take it to the next level. I don't know. There's a bit of resistance to the word marriage or institution, or I don't know. She's a bit of a rebel in that sense. And I don't know, maybe the fans know this better than me. Maybe she had mentioned or talked about marriage. I think that this woman has been proposed a lot of times. Actually, she had always had like suitors, like guys really falling for her very, very hard and deeply. But for her, it's not easy to trust. It's not easy. Actually, I think that she's very simple when it comes to what she finds attractive. She either finds you attractive or not, or she thinks that you are his type or not. She's actually, if you ask her face to face what does she want or how she feels, she probably is going to tell the other person how she feels. She's very straightforward, which actually it can cause a bit of a surprise, because you're like, oh my god, like, she has very clear vision about how she feels. And there's something about marriage that probably she's a bit against it for the moment. I'm not going to say that this is going to be the situation forever, but there's something about people actually trying to push this, and she's like, no, like, I have another ideas. I want to do things my way, and to do things differently. I think that it's very important for her to differentiate herself, to not do what the others are doing. She's a bit like a rebel in that sense. And in the case of him, he got the cards of 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and 7 of Wands, which also I'm like, wow, like really, definitely this guy, I was a bit surprised because these cards are very like, they talk about someone with a very low self-esteem, which I don't know, because actually he is a guy that it seems from the outside that he is like very, very calm, very like stable, and also he's very handsome. I believe he's successful because I had watched his series. He's a great actor. But I think that when it comes to IU and his relationship with her, from the day one, I think he always felt inferior to her. There's like something like feeling like, ah, okay, I don't deserve her, or I'm not good enough for her. I don't know. Something about feeling like you have no chance. You know, or probably you know, I read that they said they were friends for quite a while. I would say yes, they were friends, but I think that he had always felt a special way towards her, and he didn't try to deny it. Like, probably he gave her hints that he could want a bit more of her, you know, like to be more than friends. But because of his low self-esteem, his message was always misunderstood by her. It's like they weren't on the same page. And actually, when he started to gain a bit of confidence to express how he felt, then she would move on to someone else. So, you know, I think that for him to find the right timing to coincide with her, you know, to be on the same page with her emotionally, in their careers, because she's also very devoted to her career. So you know, and he also was trying to make it on his own. But definitely, I think that when it comes to her, he always felt very like, oh, I'm not good enough. Very like, oh, I don't have what I'm not successful enough. Like, and this is weird because I don't see him like this. Like, but I don't know him, of course. But this is what the cards are telling me, that he finally is moving on from that perception of feeling like he could never have a chance with her, to have her in his life. But I think that from day one he knew he liked her as a woman. You know, I think he pretended to be friends with her, but he always had this vision of her as the ideal woman, you know, as his ideal type. I don't know if he ever confessed, but I think that he gave her clues. But she always was out of his reach, in a sense that probably she was busy, or she was seeing other people, you know, like they were never like in a true connection. You know, there wasn't a synchronization between their lives. And now finally it's like, yes, that cycle is over, and he emotionally is starting to open up, because he's a very emotional guy. Like, I don't know his I know he's a Virgo, but I don't know his birth chart. In the case of Ayu, I know she's a Taurus with the moon in Pisces. So definitely I love it that both of them are earth signs. But yes, he's slowly like getting a bit more bold and courageous about how he really feels. You know, this was a sort of like something that he had pendant for quite a while. You know, this of finally confessing to her. You know, finally like, okay, like I have to tell you how. And I think that he was a bit of, he was fearful. I think he was always very, very close to tell her how he felt, but he would always like be like, oh no, I can't. this is not the right moment, this is not, you know, and I think that is because he respected also her personal circumstances, probably since he was a friend. Probably she would confess to him all her worries and her troubles, and also, you know, um, what she was going through. And probably he was like, okay, I don't want to add to this, to her emotionality. Like, I don't think like I should interfere here. Um, yeah, he's also a bit, you know, I think that because of all these cards here, I think that probably he had always been a bit passive, you know, in the sense that probably he's, I don't know how his temper is, but probably he's also someone that he takes his time, you know, to do things at his pace, and he probably takes too much time, you know, a bit like slow. um and yes, and here with the Seven of Wands, I think that, yeah, he's also a bit of the defensive, again, you know. I think that for him it's very important to defend her, defend this relationship. I don't know why to defend her, but do you see them, the both of them, both of their sides, you know, with these wands, like holding these wands really really actively, you know, being like on defense, like her more like in a sort of like, oh, like exhaustion, in a posture of like, oh, I'm already used to be fighting people, or like, you know, protecting myself from people that are abusive of me or of my circumstances. But in the case of him, he's like trying to be this shining knight in armor, and he's trying to protect her from criticism, or from, I don't know, probably he knows that she feels uncomfortable with certain things, so he wants to protect her so bad. But yeah, he's trying to adapt to this situation. Is also very very new to him. I don't know if he had like dating rumors or news before. How is his dating history? But it seems like this is a new situation for him, and he somehow wants to protect this the best way possible, because this means a lot for him. But I don't know, I sense that he's very sensitive, like he's very, like, I don't know if he's very sweet, or with his fans and the way he communicates. He seems like he's a very sensitive kind of guy. So probably, yes, for him, all this exposure is also going to put him a bit on alert, you know, because he doesn't want this to create chaos in his life, in each other's lives. Because he's also probably very private himself, you know. So this is a whole challenge for him. And then the cards that they got as an overall for the relationship is the Chariot, Eight of Wands, and the Devil. So definitely, then I see that this relationship is going to keep moving, you know, and it's very significant because actually, you know, this year it's ruled by this major arcana, the Chariot card. So definitely they are going to keep moving with this relationship, with their hearts open, you know, trying to coincide, trying to, you know, to make it work, trying to keep moving towards new adventures together. But I think that there's, you know, I think that this industry, it's very toxic. Definitely is very toxic, because you see here that they have the Devil card and the Eight of Wands. So probably there's going to be some news, or someone saying something, or trying to create chaos or create misunderstandings. Probably, I don't know, like I don't know, someone on the internet trying to create like drama and a bad reputation for them or one of them. So I think that in this case, they should like protect themselves. I think that definitely they are going to keep moving anyways, like they trust each other. But here this devil card definitely is not okay, you know. It definitely shows you how the manipulation of the media, and also people being envious and jealous, and also having this very heavy energy of not, it's like you don't want, you cannot stand seeing them happy, you know. And I know that we all support this, we all support this couple, but I think that something is here that it has to do with, probably has to do with money, you know. It has to do with ambition, with wanting to create chaos so you can be seen and being relevant somehow. So in this case, I would advise people to not, you know, to just, you know, just be happy that the couple it's is out, you know, that maybe this is not the way they wanted things to develop, but it is what it is. And yes, just don't pay attention to rumors or people criticizing, but definitely it's going to be very challenging for them, but they have their hearts in the right place. So here with the Chariot, it means that no matter if there are like obstacles, or I think that they also have to heal a lot of things from their past, you know, because I definitely sense like also the devil is attachment to, I don't know if it's like previous relationships or previous partners that they had in the past. Definitely, I sense a lot of drama here, guys. I don't know which one of them is the one that is more affected, but I think that in this relationship that they are like working on right now, that definitely a lot of their inner fears and insecurities are going to come out, you know, and it's going to be part of their healing. It's going to be part of their journey. They are going to you know, to have each other to work this out together. But it's going to be a moment of a lot of like to do some kind of purge, you know, of old um of old you know, heartaches and a lot of things, and also a lot of addictions and manipulation, and probably, I don't know if they had toxic partners or toxic relationships, and it's about, you know, like how they were somehow used to this toxicity, and now that they are together, and it seems like both of them energetically, they seem to be very grounded people, very peaceful inside, but they seem to always attract like chaotic people. So this left a mark in their history, you know. And when I say this, I don't mean it just in partners. Probably the people around them, friends, family, everyone being toxic to them, you know, and actually like demanding them to fix their lives or to help them to sacrifice for them, you know. So they always felt somehow taken advantage of. This is why both of them have these wands here, you know. Ayu has this nine of wands, and he has this seven of wands, you know, like, you know, like, oh, I have this fear, like unconsciously I'm protecting myself because I know someone from the outside is going to want to spoil this for me or to ruin this for me. I know this because people are always like this. People are always so extreme with me, so invasive, so toxic, so dangerous, you know, so draining. So I think that also it's about them renewing this concept of privacy, and also setting very clear boundaries about, okay, like I know that the news is out. I know that we have people that love us and want to see us, but let's keep this very private, at least for now. So yes, guys, this is all I have for them. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.